We'll start with vertical asymptotes. Vertical asymptotes are where you have divide by zero errors after you simplify. Like if you had a 3 minus x up here and a 3 minus x down here, they could cross cancel. But since we don't have anything that can simplify, then we just set the denominator equal to 0 and solve. So this has a vertical asymptote at x equals 3. Okay, and then over here, vertical asymptote at x equals 1 and -1. Because x equals -1 squared is +1, and +1 minus 1 makes 0. That causes a divide by 0 error. So those two things cause us to have vertical asymptotes. This one's a little bit tougher, so maybe set yourself up an equation. Find your vertical asymptote by setting the denominator equal to 0. And if you solve that, you get x to the third equals 8. I think there's only one number that will work there, right? X equals 2 would cause a divide by 0 error. 2 to the third is 8. 8 minus 8 makes 0. So that's our vertical asymptote down here. Now, horizontal asymptotes. I made videos on this in the past, so feel free to check those out for extra practice. But there's 3 rules. The power is bigger in the numerator. There is no horizontal asymptote. If the power is bigger than the denominator, then the graph will get infinitely close but never reach y equals 0 as you go from negative infinity or positive infinity on the x-axis. If the powers are equal, it's a ratio of the leading coefficients. All that means is that you look at the highest power. So an x to the first power is the highest here. X to the first power is the highest here. This coefficient is the leading coefficient, the number multiplying to the highest power. So this is a 1, this is a -1. So it has a horizontal asymptote at y equals 1 over -1, or in other words, at y equals -1, right? Because that's what this is. And that's it. If the powers are the same, then it's a ratio of the leading coefficients. So this has a horizontal asymptote at y equals 1 again. Now this one, the power in the top is 1. The power in the bottom is 3. So y equals 0 is our horizontal asymptote.